guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today's video is going to be a TikTok hacks video, just testing a few like beauty TikTok hacks. The first one I'm going to start off with, I didn't technically see on TikTok. I saw it on like a YouTube video about like hacks and stuff, some beauty like tips and tricks and stuff. And it was like a TikTok video put into that video, so I think it was like a bunch of TikTok videos put together actually, and there was this one, and I thought, oh, why not try it out with you guys since I want to test it out. It's basically mixing your moisturiser. I'm just going to use my Nivea cream one, creme one. I'm just going to use mixing your moisturiser with your foundation, concealer, and then mix it with like a liquid highlight. So I just have all 4 products here and mixing them all together and then applying that to your face as like a foundation-y kind of thing and that. So yeah, and it's meant to give like a flawless kind of finish. So I've got dry skin anyway, so I've already moisturised my face to one point, but I'm still gonna test it out to use the moisturiser. And then obviously I'm gonna use my normal foundation and concealer, which I not always use my L'Oreal ones. And then I'm just gonna use this liquid highlighter, which I got from Shein, which you would have seen if you watched that video. It's just this liquid highlighter. It's the only liquid highlighter I own, so it's the one I'm going for. And then I'm just using my little makeup palette-y kind of thing, which I can put everything on, and then I've got my like scraper thing here. And that, I don't know how much of everything that I'm gonna need, so I'm only gonna do a bit of each. Since I don't know how much of each I'm gonna need, so yeah. I also need my brush, that's one thing I forgot about. So I'm just gonna apply my foundation to it as well. And put that down below, and my concealer, and just apply my concealer to the board. And then also apply some liquid highlighter. I'm guessing that is enough. I'm going to use my brush to mix it. I'm going to take my glasses off since that is needed. And mix it all together. Kind of like clumping, kind of, and then put it on. I haven't primed, that is the only thing, and it didn't really say anything about primer, but I'm guessing I go over my eyes. I'm guessing if you do put moisturiser in it, there's no point in priming your face. So yeah. It is smooth-ish to blend, but it does feel really damp and wet on my skin. But that could be due to the moisturiser. And the moisturiser is thick anyway that I'm using, so yeah. It is very thin coverage, like when foundation is anyway. The small bit that I done managed to coat my face. But yeah, I'm trying not to have any like shadows over my face. It does look okay, it's just really shiny, which it would anyway because of the highlight, but yeah. And then if I bring it down my neck, it doesn't look that bad, especially for like a dewy finish, which I don't really do. Which I probably should start doing, since I do a really like matte finish and my skin is really dry, so it looks like flaky by the end of the day. But yeah, that doesn't look that bad. I'm trying to show you guys in the light where I don't have the shade, but yeah, it doesn't look bad or anything or patchy that I can see, so this is really good for this, especially if you want like a dewy finish. And that obviously you probably can put powder on in other instances and that, which I think I might have tried this before, mixing them all together, but I just didn't do the highlight. But yeah, other than that it looks fine, and it feels fine on my face. It just feels a bit slimy and greasy kind of thing, and a bit like sticky if I touch it, but that could be just because of the moisturiser that I used. It probably is the moisturiser that I used, since this moisturiser is like kind of like greasy on my skin, and it just leaves like film of me looking greasy for a bit when I put it on, since it is like a thick moisturiser and my skin's dry, so I put loads on to try and soak it in. But yeah, but other than that it feels fine and looks alright to me. So yeah, I am going to leave my skin how it is at the moment. I'm not going to powder or anything. I'm just going to get straight on into the next hack, which is using a palette, which I've got right here. I've got just this Morphe one, and it's the Day Slayer 15D. It's putting lines of the eyeshadow that you want throughout your eyelids and then blending it. So I'm going to do that. They show going darker to light, and they use 5 colours on theirs, but I might use like 4 kind of colours since I don't want to go right into the corner. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use Sweet here, this dark shade. I just realised if I go from dark to light, then I'm going to have to switch my brush around. Yeah, so I'm going to use Sweet. I might use Epic, and then Editor, this middle one here, and then use Spark in the corner and that. So yeah, so I'm going to go from the inside corner to the outside. They went from the outside to inside, but purely because I don't want to have to keep switching my brush, I'm going to do it from the inside to the outside. And that they just do one line. You do like one thick line like that, and then the next one next to it, and then using the darker shade next to that, I am only going to do the one eye, and then next to that one use the even darker one, and that, and then you just blend it. So that is what I'm gonna do. Gonna swap it for this inside bit. Not gonna lie, it looks alright. It has got the gradient there. I've blended it as much as I can, in fairness, but yeah, it has got the gradient which they have in theirs. My black has kind of faded a bit more, and my light area probably could have done with like a lighter colour, but that was like, I think, the lightest colour in that palette, so that's kind of my fault. But yeah, it's not that bad. It has gone like a gradient, so it works, and it also blends out the colour, which is really good. And that I probably should have just put a bit more like pigment for the black also, since you can see the colour difference between the two brown kind of shades a bit, but it's just blended all the brown onto there, and then the glitter's gone over on the brown parts and stuff, so probably could have done with like a lighter colour in the corner of my eye. But other than that, that is good, and it's great to do that one. So now that one is done with, the next one is a eyebrow one I'm gonna do. I'm doing these all over the place, but they use like tape. Looks like they use like a sellotape kind of thing, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use like a fashion tape, and you just put it on around your brows. Oh, I forgot about my scissors. Give me a sec. And then you place it above your brow, and you place it around your brow. And that. This feels so weird on my skin, and it's also probably going to take off my foundation, so that's great. And that, and then I need another one to go under. split this one into two while I do the bottom bit. I don't know if this one is meant to be split into two kind of thing, but I am doing it this way just so it's easier for me. And it's basically like outlining your brow. Obviously that part wouldn't be there, but do it like that. And then with a beauty blender and a dark colour, I'll use Sweet again. You're meant to be able to fill in your brows. I am only going to do the one like this. Don't know how you're meant to do this part, but yeah. And then you're just meant to be able to peel it away. Ugh. Ew. And that, in all fairness, it has filled it in. The shape is probably due to the fact that it was all over the place with my placement of everything, but it does work. It does fill them in. Just my eyebrow doesn't look as good as it normally would. I probably could have done with like trimming these down a bit to make it better fit for my eyebrow, because they're like really thick down here, and then yeah. But it's also the fact of having to make this a little lighter and that, and not putting as much on. But it works, it's good. Probably never going to do it again. Probably just stick to what I'm normally doing, because it's more hassle to have to do the tape, but it is a good idea. I probably will do the foundation again if I need to. I want like a nice dewy glow, because I forgot to say that, and the eyeshadow is a good hack and everything. Just apply it all and then blend it. So yeah, but this brow one is the one out of all three of these that I will not do again. So yeah, so let's get on with the next. So the next hack I'm going to do on my other eyebrow, since it's another one, I'm just going to leave this one for now and then wipe it all off in a bit. This one is using a brow pencil, which I do sometimes out of quickness, and it's just drawing a zigzag kind of thing. Is it from the start? Yeah. No. From up here down, and then up kind of thing, and then you can join them. You can't really see it that much on my brows, and then you go down to the point of your eyebrow, and then you go help if I could do this straight, and then you go down. Help if I could do this actually along the line of my brow, and it just outline my brows. I get this is what most people like do, obviously probably without the zigzag, but I don't normally do it. And then you line like the bottom of your eyebrow. I can't draw a straight line apparently, and that, and then you just fill it in slightly, apparently, like do a few lines, and then using a brush kind of thing, this one comes with a brush, you're just meant to be able to brush through it, it looks like, and it will be filled in. This isn't much different to what I do anyway. I normally just fill it in as much as I can, and then brush it. But that isn't that bad. Obviously it would be better if that is more kind of my like shade, like from here, from a distance, but that could just be because this one's like dark black, which I done it with. But this is more of a hack. Doing the zigzaggy kind of lines I don't really do and do the outline. I normally just fill it in slightly and then brush it through, which blends it kind of more into the brow, but it's not that bad. It works. I will more do this kind of work with my brow hack than this one, and plus this one doesn't really take that long. It's just outlining your brow, doing a bit of a zigzag on it, filling it in with like a few lines, and then brushing through it. I think the zigzag is more for, so you know, the more of the outline of your brow and that, and you can do more of the outline instead of having to try and trace it. But yeah, it does look good in the end, and I probably would try it and do it again, and that, especially in like, it isn't that hard and it's quick and easy to do if you need to do it quickly and stuff. So yeah, so I've taken off the makeup that I've just done to do some more. Another thing is someone else using tape. I'm just going to use like a plaster because someone else uses plasters. Some people use tape. So it's a person reacting and then trying it. I saw this on TikTok, and it's just putting like a plaster or some like tape around your eye, kind of to do like a eyeliner kind of look and that. So yeah, I'm just using the two that I've got. These are like coloured, like funky ones, so yeah, I'm only going to do it on one eye and that, but I'm bad at eyeliner anyway, so if this works this would actually be quite cool and that. But it's just putting a plaster directly like under your eye, like here, to do like a wing kind of thing, like that, I want to say. And then do one if I can open the other plaster. And that on the top of your eyelid, and that in like a diagonal kind of shape, and that's, you've got like a gap or so to do some wings eyeliner. And that, I might reposition this one. So do it along there, and then like that kind of thing. Like, yeah, that looks better. And then they use like a black shadow, so I'm gonna go in with Sweet again. This feels so weird on my eye. I don't know if I like it or not. And then they use their finger and they just rub it on and then I'm going to wipe my finger off, and then they just peel off the plasters. Oh, it does make a wing look. Oh, got it down under my eye. It does make a nice winged eyeliner look. The only problem with this would probably be, one, it might take off your makeup a bit, so you might have to be careful with that, and you probably wouldn't be able to do like an eyeshadow kind of look with this. If you do, you'll have to put it on afterwards, since the stickiness of the plaster will probably take it off, but it makes a good wing, not with this. So yeah, that is cool. I'm bad at eyeliner. I don't know if I'll ever do it again. My eye felt weird under with it on, and plus having doing both the eyes, because they show doing it at the same time, might be hard and that, but yeah, it is good. I don't know if I'll ever try it again, but for someone who can't do eyeliner, it is a great hack for me. But I might just stick to an eyeliner, like a kind of pen or something, which has like a stamp at the end, even though the only difficult part about that is trying to make them even. Whereas with this, you'd probably be able to make them even, since it'll just be putting on some plasters. So it's a good hack, and it works. So yeah, on to the next hack, which is going to be a lip hack, using a lipstick or something. I'm choosing this matte lip balm. It's a dark colour, just to see if it works. You put it on, in the inside it looks like of your lips. You don't put it nearly outside. This is like a gradient kind of thing. It looked like she did. And that, then you put tissue to your lips, and then draw on your lips around it, and then you pat it with a brush. I was thinking you would probably pat it with like some powder or something, but it doesn't show any powder, so I'm not going to do that. My face is red because I've just taken off makeup all the time filming this, so my face is going to be red, so sorry about that, but I'm just going to crack on and do that now. Yeah, it does make a little bit of a gradient, I'm gonna say. But I have got lipstick all over my fingers and stuff. But yeah, it does make some gradient, and I'm getting lipstick all over my fingers from doing this. You do waste a lot of product doing it. The only problem is I probably went a bit too dark in the centre, so that's why it's not coming out the best. But I think, if anything, a little bit of, I don't know if it's just the light tricking me while trying to do this, and I'm trying to find something, but I see a little bit of like a gradient on my top lip. but my bottom, I'm trying to get out of like the shadow and that to show you closer so it might be easier. And that my top lip looks like there might be a bit of gradient, whereas my bottom lip doesn't, but that might be because I might have accidentally hit it up too high. So I'm going to say this one does not work, apart from wasting some lipstick and getting lipstick all over your fingers and that. So yeah, on to the next hack. So another one which is lipstick related is using 3 liquid lipsticks, putting them over your lips and then just rubbing them and kind of patting them kind of thing, to mix them together. So I've got 3 liquid lips here which are kind of different. I did pick these out like last night when it was dark, so I just picked out 3 which are kind of different shades, and that, so they are different, so we can see how they mix. So using the darker one in the corners, and that, and you only put it on your bottom lip, so you put on there, and then you also hit on there, put it there, and that, and then trying to figure out which one of these 2 is the darker one. I think it'll look better with this pink one. And then putting 2 of this one. Then just 1 of this one in the middle. And then I'm gonna say this one does work. Obviously I chose a weird range of colours, but it's a great way to kind of make like a darker to lighter kind of different kind of shade of gradient kind of lip, using liquid lipsticks and stuff. And I'm putting the dark ones there and then the lightest one in the middle. It is good. It'll probably look better if you use 3 of like the same kind of shades. Obviously this pink one, these 2 looked fine together, and this one just looks odd with it. But yeah, but it does look good. I probably will do this again if I want like a darker kind of corners and then like a lighter middle and that. But yeah, I really like this one. So this one is good. So the next one is using a beauty blender. You run it under water and then put it in the freezer for an hour. So I'm just going to do that with this one, and then I'll be back in an hour once you leave it in there for an hour, and then you come back and do like your foundation and stuff with this frozen kind of beauty blender. So I'm just going to put it in the freezer and then I'll be back in an hour to do this hack is an eyeshadow hack. So I'm using my same Morphe palette, a spoon and a brush, just like a fluffy kind of brush. This one is you put the spoon like this on your eye. This spoon is massive for my eye, probably should have got a smaller one, but you put a spoon like that on your eye, and then you just put some eyeshadow on, and then you put it there as well, and you apply some eyeshadow on there to kind of do like a winged kind of look kind of thing. To do this one, I'm going to do this orangey shade called In the Crease. For this, I am just going to do one eye. I'm going to do this eye and that, and just go like this. It does hurt trying to hold a spoon to your eye. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I probably could have done with using a smaller spoon, but I just grabbed the first spoon I could grab. In all fairness, that is actually really cool and good. Don't know when I'm ever going to wear eyeshadow like this, but I thought why not try it out. That is actually really cool, and it creates like the arch there. But right now let's try using the end like here, and then doing it. I'm going to use the same colour in the crease, just apply it along here. Not gonna lie, this part is less painful. It ain't digging into my bones, my brow bone or anything. And that also creates like the flick kind of thing, which is cool. This hack is actually works and it's nice. Probably could have done with that being a bit more straight and going out a bit more. If I angled it slightly different, it probably could have gone like that. But yeah, it does create the sharp edge instead of having to put like any like tape or something there. But using a spoon to do your makeup is kind of weird. The spoon also hurt, so I was like pressing it down to kind of make sure that no shadow goes underneath it, because it was just like digging into like my brow bone and stuff. So I probably never will do this again, but it does make a nice effect and that. But yeah, now onto a nail polish hack which I saw, is putting nail polish onto your thumb and using your thumb to do like the kind of free edge kind of thing if you're doing like a French polish. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm only gonna do one finger, but I'm just using this mini purple polish that I got, and that it's just applying it to your finger like so. And then I'm going to use my middle finger, pressing, I'm so scared, pressing down and just rotating, kind of. Oh, it works somewhat well. If I do that, you might be able to see a bit more. Yeah, it is a bit light, so I probably could have done with more on there, but it does work. It is kind of neat. It is hard to kind of get the angle, but I was also doing it and I got it all over the bottom of my finger as well. But yeah, but I think just being like the first time me doing it, it was going to be hard and not work fully, but I think if you get more practice in doing it, it'll be better, and it's a lot easier than trying to do your free edge normally for me. Well, I know somewhat how to make it neater and trying to do it a bit better since I've practiced it all the time at college, from obviously doing a beauty course. So I've kind of somewhat got the hang of doing it now, just free on my own. But this is actually quite cool and might be easier. There's still times where I mess up and everything, so yeah, with practicing this a bit more it might become more easier for me. I didn't want to like push down on my finger too hard or and letting it go like higher up on my nail, which I somewhat did here, so it went a bit higher, but then hardly anything was coming off, so I probably could have done with a bit more on. So I might try and do a different finger, and I might apply a bit more and try and do another finger, but apply loads this time and see what happens. Okay, push down, turn your hand. The only problem is with this, you have to kind of turn your thumb a bit when you're trying to turn your finger. But yeah, the edges are kind of hard because they show just pressing your finger down and then turning your finger, but that's hard. Oh, this one looks a bit better. Just push your finger down and then twist your finger in your thumb, but it's kind of hard to do it on the same hand. But I guess if you're doing it on the opposite hand it might be a bit easier. But yeah, so all depends. It seemed more easier doing it on this hand, not that I've actually got much on this hand on my thumb anymore, but it might be easier doing it on the opposite hand than what your thumb is on. But yeah, it seems like it would be nice and easy to do it this way. It might just take a bit more practice to try and figure out what pressure you kind of have to do and what angle you want to do it at, because it's harder to get down to like the corner part. But yeah, so I'm now back with a frozen damp beauty blender. Parts of it feel frozen, like here it's like really hard and frozen, whereas other parts feel like soft and that. But it is freezing on my hands. They just like look like they're rubbing it against like their face, and then they also use it, oh it's cold, to put on their foundation. So I'm going to do that. So I don't know what this is actually meant to do, but I'm just going to do half of my face and that, so yeah. To see if it makes any difference. It does look more seamless, in all fairness, using that. But yeah, it does look really nice and flawless and seamless. Like there's no lines or anything. It makes it look nice. This is cold on my face though. But yeah, I did leave it slightly longer than an hour because I was eating my lunch. So yeah, that's what it looks like, and that is the end of the video and all of the hacks. So hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.